Hi there, my name is Dr. Katie Saint, and this video is to ease the guilt for those of you who feel really bad challenging your kids. So, there is a part of the brain structure that is specifically for when we do hard things. This is called the anterior mid-cingulate cortex. So, it's kind of right here in your brain. And what the research is showing us is that every time we do hard things, that part of the brain gets a little bit stronger. It's like a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger and bigger it gets. So, what I mean by doing hard things is anything you don't want to do. So, if you are dieting and you really want to eat some tasty food, but you're like, no, that's not healthy. That's not going to help my weight goals. So I'm not going to. Bam, it gets a little stronger. You work out and you don't feel like it. Bam, it gets a little stronger. So in the research, it showed athletes, this part of their brain is really large. It's larger than average. It also showed that people who have gone through really difficult or challenging times and overcame those challenges, this part of their brain is larger. And so when that part of your brain is larger, getting yourself to be disciplined, getting yourself to do challenging things, non-preferred things gets a lot easier. So the smaller this part of your brain is, the harder it is to get yourself to do the challenging things. So I looked into the research a little bit deeper on this, and I learned that people with autism, this part of their brain tends to be smaller. But what's cool about that is it doesn't have to be. So, whether it's nature versus nurture, were they born with this part of their brain smaller, or was it developed because they crave their comfort zone so much more? I don't know the answer to that, but I do know that behavior can change the structure of your brain. And so when we do hard things, whether we're disabled, whether we're not, whether we're a child, whether we're an adult, every time we do hard things, this section of your brain gets stronger. And so the research is showing this links to longevity. This links to aging in a healthy way. This links to being successful as an adult. So, this is a huge part of our brain structure that we need. And the only way to have it be stronger is to do things we don't want to do. So, I find this research super, super encouraging from the perspective of, as a mom, when I see my child struggle, when I see my child doing things that they don't want to do, my heart hurts for them. I feel bad for them. I want to protect them. I want to take that pain away. I want to provide them comfort. Like those are all my instincts. But if I do that, I'm disabling them. If I give in to that compassion that I feel and I take away all their challenges and I take away all of those things that are hard for them, that part of their brain isn't going to develop and they're going to struggle more. They are going to have a much harder time doing the things that they need to do. I just met with a young adult last week who was really, really feeling defeated because he's like, I want to shower every day. I want to work on my health goals. I know that going for walks, going outside, all of that is good for me. I just can't get myself to do it. And when we're in that kind of struggle, it's because that part of our brain is small and it's not exercised enough. And so when we challenge ourselves, even if it's just a little bit every day, that part of our brain gets stronger. And so then we get more capable, we get more disciplined, and hard things get easier because that part of our brain is bigger. So if you're listening to this and you're like me, where you feel guilty pushing your kids and you feel bad when they struggle, please be encouraged that kids going through hard things, pushing themselves to do things they don't want to do, is necessary for brain development, and they need that in order to be successful adults. So, I hope that this video is encouraging to you, and it eases a little bit of that guilt when you see your kiddo struggling, because as it turns out, it's really good for their brain.